Hello everybody, so today we're going to be doing a quick screencast explaining how to install the civiCRM and MailChimp syncing extension. Now I don't have much experience with extensions on civiCRM, so this is as much a learning experience for me as it is for you, and here talking about the pros and cons of using this thing. So let's get started. Now the first thing we need to do is download the actual extension file. Um, The extension is made for civiCRM 4.3. We're running civiCRM 4.4, and so this means that if you were to go to the extensions, the normal way of installing extensions inside civiCRM, it wouldn't show up. So we need to manually install it. But we're awesome, so we can do that kind of thing. And so to find it, I just Googled MailChimp civiCRM extension, and the first thing is going to be it. So it's just got some explanations of what it does, what it is. So we're going to go with the most latest version. And so this would be the download file. All right. So there it is. It's in my downloads. I'll just put it here on the desktop for right now. Now we need to get this up to our server and to the proper place. And so you go to Administer, System Settings, and go to Directories. And this is where we're going to set exactly where civiCRM extensions are going to be placed. Well, as right now, we don't actually have a folder for them, so we need to create a folder in our files. So go over to your files manager. Here I made a new WordPress for this one, so Civi, WP content, plugins. And there we have our files. Remember, you made this when you installed Civi. So we go into that, into civiCRM, and then I'm going to create a new directory. I'm going to call it custom_ext, because that's what the documentation recommended I do. Alright, so that's all we need to do. We need to actually set exactly where it is. And you can see the kind of path that they're wanting to see from you. So it's not going to start with http://. It's going to start with home / there's your username / public HTML. And so we can copy this, we'll go into it, and we'll get the whole thing. Just copy that. And so it starts with public HTML, but I need it to start with /home /zergklaus /public HTML. There we go. That's exactly what we needed. So I'm going to save it. Now we need to set something else, the resource URL for it. It's going to be basically the same thing, extensions, resources, URL, so we can make internal references to it. And as you see, the paths that it wants do start with HTTP. So it's going to copy that. I happen to know the file path off the top of my head, so it's plugins, files, civiCRM, custom extension. There we go. And so that should do that. All right, so we've got the stuff set up in there so that we can actually use it. So now we just need to upload the extension package. So I'm here in custom extension, so I'm going to upload that folder. There we go. It's all done. Unpack it. Now this should work. If it doesn't, I've figured out kind of a way to make it work. But we're going to go to wherever there we go, manage extensions. No extensions to display. Let's refresh. There it is. Let us install. Okay, so we've got civiCRM installed, or we've got the MailChimp sync, whatever, blah, 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 installed. So now comes the actual part about syncing um, user contact, or civiCRM contact groups with MailChimp lists. So the first thing you want to do is go to MailChimp and I created one called sync test. And you're going to do the same kind of thing here in this. We're going to create a new group, and they're going to have it's important that they have the exact same title, sync test. It's a mailing list. It's not not a child of anything. So let's just add some random people. There we go. Members of the DeForest family, the Cruz. There we go. All right, so thinking to where exactly I set something. Not that. I need to. The instructions on what to do are here inside the file. Forgive me, very crunched for time, so I'm kind of picking this stuff up on the fly. And there's a README file in here that has instructions on what to do. I remember, okay, install and enable the extension, go to HTTP civiCRM admin to MailChimp. Okay, now I remember. All right, so this took me a while to figure out. This doesn't make this address here doesn't make any sense, and it took me a long time to figure out what the hell they're talking about. Um, he's just saying, or the author is saying, they're like, oh, your base extension, and then once you're in the civiCRM control panel, then your URL is going to look like civiCRM, and then admin, and then setting, and then MailChimp. But as you can see, ours don't actually look like that. And so what I did was I just went to system settings, some random thing, and here we go, civiCRM admin, and it starts looking like that. So civiCRM admin MailChimp/sync. It's just the whole problem is that there's all of this in there. We don't have pretty URLs like expecting us to. So let's see, admin MailChimp, admin settings MailChimp, admin settings MailChimp. So when you see this page, it's asking you for the API key. API is an application programming interface. It's little packet. It's a little application that mediates between one service and another. So in this case, civiCRM needs to know how to talk to MailChimp, and MailChimp has a system for letting you do that. So go to your account settings, extras, API keys. You're going to create a key. Copy it. Hackers out there, I of course am going to disable and delete this afterwards, so don't try and do anything. Just copy it, paste it on in there, and then we're going to select the group that we want to sync. Of course, sync test, save it. All right, so it is saved. Now we need to actually sync. We need to perform a sync. And you do that by going to Contacts, MailChimp Sync, Sync Contacts. Hopefully this will work. So let's see. It may not have, it might not always do this immediately. So I may have to check back a little later. So yeah, it's still at 0 subscribers. Let's see if we... So it might take a little while for the actual sync to happen. These things aren't perfect, so I'm going to go ahead and stop this video and then pick it up in video 2.